All right, we're going to do 7-2 notes, intercepts from a graph and from an equation. So an x-intercept is the point at which a line crosses which axis? Which one? The x-axis, right? What do you think the y-intercept is? The point it crosses the y-axis. Very good. The point at which a line crosses the y-axis. So, all x-intercepts have a what value of 0? Which one of those values is 0? The x-coordinate or the y-coordinate for an x-intercept? The y-coordinate, right? It's x and a 0. All y-intercepts have an x-coordinate of 0. Okay. So when you're figuring out x-intercepts and y-intercepts, for all of your x-intercepts, you can go ahead and put 0 for the y value. So what's the x-intercept on the first one? Where does that line cross the x-axis? At 2. Okay. What about the second one? Looks like it's right in between -1 and -2, so that'll be -1.5. Here's an interesting question that we didn't cover on our charts. What's the x-intercept on the third one? Where does that line cross the x-axis? Is that the x-axis? It doesn't cross the x-axis, okay? So for horizontal lines, it does not cross the x-axis. Now let's do our y-intercepts. Where do I need to put that 0 value? For the x-coordinate. Hold on. Good. And what's the y, everybody, what's the y-intercept on the first? What? -3. There we go. On the second, also -3. And on the fourth, or sorry, on the third, wow, 4. Okay. While we're at it, just for good practice, on the first one, is that slope positive or negative? Slope is positive. On the second, slope is negative. And on the third, slope equals 0. Okay, good. So in the next section, I would like you to now graph with the x-intercepts that I'm giving you. Okay? So the first one has an x-intercept of 1, 0, and a y-intercept of 0, -3. Oh. Okay, so the first one, my x-intercept, am I going up or down? On the, or sorry, what direction am I going on the x-axis? To the right, how many? 1, right there. Now for the y-intercept, am I going up or down? Down, how many? 3, right there. And just for good practice, is that slope positive or negative? Positive. Okay, let's graph the second one. Am I going left or right for the x-intercept? Left 4, and then up or down for the y-intercept? Up 5. Is that slope positive or negative? Slope is positive. Okay, for the last one, my x-intercept is 5, but it does not have a y-intercept. What kind of line does that tell you it is? It's never going to come over here and touch that. It's a vertical line. Good. Okay. And the slope, we're going to talk about that on Friday. It's its own special category. Okay. So we're going to talk about different forms of equations. This one is called standard form. And it looks like ax plus by equals c. Is that just way too many letters to deal with? Okay. All a, b, and c are coefficients. They're just going to be numbers. Okay. They're just going to be coefficients. So I'll give you one. How about 2x plus 3y equals 12? Now we got less letters going on, right? Well, I want you to graph this using your intercepts. Okay. What do you know about x-intercepts? They have a y value of what? They have a y value of 0. What do you know about y? This is the x-intercept. They have a y value of 0. X-intercepts have a y value of 0. Y-intercepts have what? What happens when you multiply anything by 0? Isn't that nice when you just eliminate half of your equation? It's awesome. Okay, so let's start with the y. What's 3 times 0? 0. So that goes away now, right? So you literally, when you do these, can put your finger over the coordinate that you're eliminating. 3 times 0 is 0. Let's just cover it up. Now, what's 2 times what gives you 12? 6. So your x-intercept is 6. If I were to plug a 0 in for the x-coordinate, what's 0 times 2? What's 0 times 2? 0. So cover it up. That's now gone. 3 times what gives you 12? So my y-intercept is 4. So what you're really doing is plugging in, the y and solving, and then you're plugging in the 0 for x and solving for y. Okay, so now you've got 6, 0 and 0, 4. How many points do you need to draw a line? Dose. Easy. 2 dots, you have a line. Did any of you, when you were graphing before, have to do these big table of values and graph all that? Yeah, we're not doing that here. Okay. Sometimes you might need to make a table for things, but not for linear equations. There's much easier ways to go about it. Much easier. I learned table of values, that's all I learned. It was ridiculous. Okay, let's do another one. Let's see. Negative 4x plus 3y equals negative 12. Oops, let's do that. So we're going to find our x-intercept, which has a y value of 0, and our y-intercept, which has an x value of 0. Is this making sense? Like, is it okay? Okay, good. So if I'm trying to find the x-intercept, do I need to worry about y now? Don't need to worry about it, because that value is going to be negative 4x plus nothing. 3 times 0 is 0, equals negative 12. Sorry, it should be a negative. How do I solve that? Just stick a divide by negative 4. What's negative 12 divided by negative 4? 3. Good. So your x-intercept is 3. If I plug in 0 for x, whoops, what's negative 4 times 0? 0, so that's going to go away. So now you're just solving 3y equals negative 12. How do I solve that? Divide by 3. So what's my y value? Negative 4. So you've got x is 3 and y is negative 4, and there's my line. Okay, good practice again. Is this slope positive or negative? Well, this one's positive, right? The one we just did, sorry. I went back without telling you. On the first one, what is it? Negative. There we go. Awesome.